Today we're taking a look at the Los Angeles Clippers vs Utah Jazz match, which is happening on Wednesday, June 16, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. All of the momentum has swung back in the Clippers' favor after handling their business and winning back-to-back games on the road. They didn't just beat the Jazz in those games. They beat them down. The Clippers enter this one 7th among postseason teams in scoring offense as they average 113.5 points per contest. LA is 13th in rebounding with 41.6 boards a night, while they stand 9th in assists by dishing out 21.7 dimes a night. The Clippers are 7th in scoring defense as they surrender 107.4 points a night in the postseason. Kawhi Leonard leads the team as he averages 30.4 points plus 7.7 rebounds and 4.4 assists per contest. Paul George, 24.9 points, 8.6 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and Reggie Jackson, 15.2 points, have been solid secondary scoring options. Marcus Morris Sr., 11.5 points, Luke Kennard, Nicholas Batum, Demarcus Cousins, Ivica Zubac, Rajon Rondo, and Patrick Beverley all need to step up their game for Coach Tyronn Lue's group. LA is shooting 48.5% from the floor in the playoffs, putting them second among the playoff field. The Clippers are 4th by knocking down an average of 14.1 three-pointers per contest, while they stand 5th by shooting 39% from beyond the arc as a team in the postseason. Serge Ibaka, back, is out for the remainder of the playoffs as he underwent back surgery. All of the praise being heaped on Donovan Mitchell must have awoken the monster sleeping within Kawhi Leonard. The man was an absolute assassin on the floor, happily destroying the Jazz without a hint of emotion on his face. Utah should be very, very scared right now. Utah took the first 2 games of the series at home but were blitzed in their 2 games on the road. Now, returning home for Game 5, the Jazz look to put those disappointing showings in the rear-view mirror and get back in the win column. Utah started slow, trailing 30-13 after the opening quarter and 68-44 at the half. The Jazz never made a serious run in the second half as they couldn't get the lead into single digits the rest of the way to wind up with the defeat. Utah shot 42.9% from the field, including 17 of 42 from three-point range, and were beaten 44-39 on the boards in the game. Donovan Mitchell led the Jazz with 37 points, 5 rebounds and 5 assists in the loss as he shot only 9 of 26 from the floor. Home court advantage might actually save the Jazz in this series. The Clippers might have evened things up, but if they have any hope of advancing, they still have to steal at least one game in Utah. We've seen the home team hold serve in the first 4 games of the series, which works in favor of the Jazz. Utah went 31-5 at home during the regular season and are 4-1 in the playoffs. Having a full house in the stands supporting the Jazz paid dividends in the first round against Memphis and in the opening 2 games of this series. And that hasn't been easy to do for anyone. The Jazz come into this contest 3rd in the league in scoring offense with 117.3 points per game this postseason. Utah is 9th in rebounding by pulling down 43 boards per night while standing 14th by dishing out 20.2 assists a night. Utah is 10th in the league in scoring defense as they allow 116.1 points per contest. Donovan Mitchell leads the Jazz with 32.9 points plus 5.1 assists per contest this postseason. Mike Conley, 17.4 points, 8.6 assists. Jordan Clarkson, 17.4 points. Rudy Gobert, 14.8 points, 12.8 rebounds, 2.6 blocks. And Bojan Bogdanovic, 17 points, are all averaging in double figures for the Jazz. Royce O'Neal, 10.1 points, 7 rebounds. Joe Ingles, 10.6 points. Derek Favors, Georges Niang and Miye Oni are important pieces for coach Quinn Snyder. Utah is shooting 47.2% from the field, which is 6th in the league in field goal percentage. The Jazz knocked down an average of 17.4 triples per game, which is 1st in the league, and stands 2nd in three-point field goal percentage by knocking down 41.1% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Conley has missed the first 4 games of this series and is questionable here. The Jazz are the best home team in basketball with only 5 losses at the Vivint Smart Home Arena this season. The Memphis Grizzlies stole Game 1 of the opening playoff series against them, but Donovan Mitchell didn't play in that game. Utah has to make a home stand against the Clippers. A good start would be avoiding the large early deficits that give the Clippers a chance to be frontrunners. All that does is take pressure off Paul George and other players to knock down shots. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Utah Jazz -2. Unlike their series with the Mavericks, the LA Clippers won both of their home games in this series with the Jazz. They tied the series at 2 on Monday with a 118-104 win. The Clippers shot 47% and out-rebounded the Jazz 44-39. They also got to the foul line 38 times, making 31 of them, while the Jazz were 21 of 26. The Clippers are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games as a road underdog. The Jazz are 4-0 ATS in their last 4 home games and 6-2 ATS in their last 8 games overall. The under is 18-8-1 in Clippers' last 27 overall. The over is 7-2 in Jazz last 9 overall. The Clippers are 8-22-1 ATS in the last 31 meetings in Utah and 5-11 ATS in the last 16 meetings. The Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 113.5 points on 48.5% shooting and allowing 107.4 points on 45.4% shooting. Kawhi Leonard is averaging 30.4 points and 7.7 rebounds, while Paul George is averaging 24.9 points and 8.6 rebounds. Reggie Jackson is the third double-digit scorer, and Marcus Morris Sr. is grabbing 4.5 rebounds. The Los Angeles Clippers are shooting 39% from beyond the arc and 84.2% from the free throw line. The Los Angeles Clippers are allowing 40% shooting from deep and are grabbing 41.6 rebounds per game. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard each had 31 points to lead the Clippers. George added 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Marcus Morris added points and 6 rebounds, while Luke Kennard and Ivica Zubac each had 8 points. They say a series doesn't start until a team wins on the road, so as of now, the series hasn't started yet. Both teams held serve at home, and now Utah looks to continue that home dominance. But the Jazz have badly missed Mike Conley, who remains questionable for Game 5 with a hamstring injury. The Utah Jazz are averaging 117.3 points on 47.2% shooting, allowing 116.1 points on 47.4% shooting. Donovan Mitchell is averaging 32.9 points and 5.1 assists, while Jordan Clarkson is averaging 17.4 points and 1.7 assists. Mike Conley is the third double-digit scorer, and Bojan Bogdanovic is dishing 1.8 assists. The Utah Jazz are shooting 41.1% from beyond the arc and 81.9% from the free throw line. The Utah Jazz are allowing 37.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43 rebounds per game. The Jazz need his scoring and defensive help, but Donovan Mitchell has stepped up, pouring in 37 points with 6 three-pointers in Wednesday's 118-104 loss. Joe Ingles added 19 points while Bojan Bogdanovic added 18 points. Rudy Gobert added 11 points and 8 rebounds. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 222. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.